dear Scorpio. This is a prediction for your love life the next 3 months with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. It was the topic that was voted winner in the last poll, and if you have other topics you want me to read for, please let me know. This reading will be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising Sign and Venus, Vedic or Tropical, and this will be a reading for the prediction of your love life's development the next 3 months. The reading can be in reverse. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. And I usually read for the empath side of the story. Also remember that the other person holds your shadow that you mirror out to the world so you can be able to see it. In the end, you need to use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this general reading for you. And I use the Witches Tarot with Ellen Dugan, and I will start shuffling your cards. When I open your deck here, I see the Two of Wands together with the Hermit. So it seems like someone is feeling like a loner here and is a little bit suspicious about what's being offered to them from other people and maybe from the world in general. I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we have the Ace of Swords with the Hermit. So you can see the shining sword here and this lantern. So this person is really trying to figure out their situation and what's their best move forward. Trying to be really smart about this situation. Okay, so I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and we have the Strength here together with the Ace of Swords. So it's adding to this energy, wanting to be doing the right thing, wanting to take control over the situation, wants to be strong, not letting our lower drives make the decisions. For example, I love you, so I will stay with you no matter what. This is a more stronghold. Also with the Hermit there, 8 Strength, 9 Hermit that we saw. Okay, I call the 6 elements, and here we have a King of Cups with the Ace of Swords. So this is giving a little bit lighter energy to the situation, like a little bit light-hearted energy, because it shows that the heart is still open. It's just that we want to take a sane decision, probably with sane people as well. Okay, and the King of Cups is of course Scorpio. So 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Scorpio viewers. So I want my dear Scorpio to have love in their life and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay. And I will just tune in for a few seconds to you and your love life the next 3 months, Scorpio. This will be your love life in October. There. This will be your love life in September. There. And this is August, and we have the Sun card here together with Death and Ace of Wands. So I'm definitely feeling a lot of self-love in this situation, where we refuse to be mistreated in any kind of way. We have the butterfly that shows transformation, and also the Death card that shows transformation, and the child there is returning here. So I think this is you really standing up for yourself, and you are loyal towards yourself. You might still have moments when you conform and try to be, you know, a great addition to society, being nice. But in the bottom of it all, you have a very sharp vision of what is going on, and you know when you are being mistreated, and you can also easily spot probably when you are mistreating others. So you have a very keen observation ability right now, and you are able to decide what's right and what is wrong. Then it's up to you to also follow this. If you know that it's right, you can do it. If you don't feel like it's right, don't do it. Like, use the 8, the strength card, to control your lower impulses as well. Okay, so this is the September reading, and we have the 5 of Swords, High Priestess, 7 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. This is a little bit more complicated story. Here I'm seeing other people being involved and maybe acting a little bit shady. It can be husband or wife, authority, boss, someone that's lying or stealing your energy in some way. And this is what you need to, if this is happening, it's not because the divine wants to punish you or the world wants to punish you. It's rather about seeing an old pattern and what it is that you need to put a little bit of a boundary to. That if you give a lot to people and they start stealing from you, that's like a red flag, okay, if any, okay. So here we have the October situation, and we have karma here together with 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, and this Page of Pentacles. So I feel that you have a very sweet love here for either a person, or you're trying to be nice to people in general. And we see 10 of Swords, 9 of Swords surrounding this energy here. So you're probably going to have to practice on this a little bit, how to, not get hurt by other people. You have a very keen observation ability, and you have a dignity. Like, we had both 8 strength card and 9 the Hermit when I shuffled the cards. So it shows that you are also not scared of being left lonely if you need to have your own back in a situation and take your hands off another person because they are, for example, tormenting you or like stealing from you or trying to boss you around, or power games, what's happening here. Because this is something that you need to work on repeatedly to solve some kind of karma. For some Scorpios, this will be being the victim of people trying to lie to you or steal your power, like steal your own power away from you. But for other Scorpio, it will of course be on the side, like you are the one that wants to steal other people's power. So we always need to recognize who is who in this reading. Okay, so this is your August display, and we have the 6 of Swords here together with the World cards. You have accomplished something on a really like high level. It's something that you have been able to do, something you have been able to realize. And I think it has to do with this, how you want to be treated in relationships. And the next step is, of course, not only to just realize it and maybe shy away from people. It's also about practicing it, practicing what you learn, how to actually, if you have found this is the problem, what is then the solution? How are you going to handle this situation? But as far as I see here, you have solved a tricky, or you have seen a tricky problem. You have seen how to, what's needed to be done to make things more harmonious. And we have a 10 of Pentacles here. So I'm definitely feeling that you're included in some situation that had given you a lot of happiness. It can be that the job that you do is making you feel included and happy, and you finally came to a place where you feel loved or appreciated, and it's not as in the past when you felt unloved and unappreciated. Here I'm getting a feeling of being included, of being loved. I'm not seeing the other person, so this might be a situation where your family situation overall works better, or the environment in at your job or where you're studying is being very harmonious, and it feels like you are in the right place, and you came there by deciding that I don't want this, I want that, and going into the future and trying something new. If the things that you had didn't work out, if it didn't make you happy, you never stopped like paddling that canoe. You continued until you came to a place where you felt included. Okay. So, and I definitely feeling this with the self-respect as well, but when we finally are included, maybe we want to cherish that situation, so we become very careful with it. We'll see where it goes. We have the Temperance card here together with the Tower. Yeah, so I think you're trying to like put your best foot forward in this situation to keep the situation. But the divine is like a very strict teacher, and you are not allowed to conform yourself just to fit in. Like even if you now found like a beautiful relationship, or there's really nice people in your surrounding, you are not allowed to become like too codependent or try too hard to make this last. We need to understand that our life will go like this. We will have like happy events happening, sad events, and a little bit more sad events, and happy and sad, and maybe catastrophic, and then maybe things will be a little bit flatline, and then you might be happy again, and things will go like this all the time. We can't keep like a certain state and hold on to it. We need to follow life's ups and downs. And the key here is to be true to yourself in any kind of relationship. Be true to yourself and be true to your highest values. Don't sell yourself off short just to be included in this beautiful situation that you finally were able to obtain. Be at least see the red flags and deal with them. You don't have to put a match to the whole situation and burn it to the ground. You can just see it. Instead of the divine having to destroy things for you, you can pay attention to them. It's not that you are being punished, it's that you are challenged to side with what is the right thing to do, what's the higher ground here, and act accordingly with your dignity and with your truth and with your inner child. So the flowers that's being offered here to death is you staying true to those values and to your inner child, no matter what the consequences. So that means, for example, if you see someone being unjustly treated and you feel for them, you stand up for them, no matter the consequences. And if you feel that someone is harassing you, you need to put a stop to it. You need to, go to the right sources and put an end to it. It's not about like gossiping or, ratting that person out. It's about like, this is not what we can tolerate in this situation. We need to show what is civilized and the right thing to do. No Wild West laws here. Okay, so this was September. So in your love life here, I'm seeing some kind of beautiful situation. It can be a marriage, it can be a family constellation, a work situation, and you're really trying to put your best foot forward, but maybe you're trying too hard. Okay, you're trying too hard, and things will you will be challenged. So the divine doesn't want you to go into some kind of codependent situation, like in some kind of codependent mentality to this situation, so that you will accept anything just to be able to stay. And here we have another 10 of Pentacles. Then we have the Wheel of the Year here, Wheel of Fortune, and the 8 of Swords. So this shows a karmic situation, something that's repeating. When you don't care about the situation, you don't care about the involved people, you can probably be the Hermit and the Strength and the Ace of Swords. You can be very clear, judgmental, see that, to hell with them, I don't care. But when you are invested in the situation, you become also shackled to the situation, become a slave to the situation is what I'm seeing here, repeatedly as well. Repeated slave. So any situation you are in, you will be challenged. Are you going to take the slave role, or are you going to fight for your freedom, basically, not be shackled like this? And here we see the Queen of Wands, so that's a good thing. But then we have the 7 of Pentacles and the Justice. So this is hard, this what's being asked of you, because here you're standing in your honor and then you're not getting what you want. So let's say that you go and tell your boss that how you are being treated in comparison with the rest of the workforce is unfair. And it might be that the boss is starting to put you on an arm's length distance, shunt you out, not talking to you, deciding to not give you any attention for the good things that you do, or not let you get overtime. I'm trying. This is a love reading, but I'm seeing this more other type of relationship situation, but I will try to interpret it as a love reading as well. But I don't see your love partner, so that's what's the problem here. So I'm seeing you here standing up for yourself, and it has some consequences, and you still need to stand up for yourself. So this is what's making me a little bit nervous here, the Tower and the Justice card. So no matter the rewards here, like the rewards you can have if you sat down in the boat and just were a good trooper, didn't make a noise and didn't make a fuss, it's not going to be worth it, or the divine is not going to let you keep that position. It's not going to be allowed. 10, the Wheel of Fortune, is karmic energy. Justice is karmic energy. So you probably need to accept whatever consequences comes out of this. Since I can't see your love partner, it can be like this. You're putting your best foot forward in a relationship, but then a certain pattern reappears in your life where someone is not, they are not putting their best foot forward. They are actually taking advantage of you, or acting like crappy towards you. Might start conflicts with you, or trying to boss you around, or lying to you, and or might just treat you unfairly, or just trying to make you their slave. It's the best I can do here. So that could be in a love relationship. You're meeting someone and they are nice to start with, everything is beautiful, and then they start to criticize everything you do and say. Or it can be that you are married and you have recently solved some issue in the marriage, but then it all starts over again and the person acts in the same shady way as they did before. And this is you having to kind of sacrifice the beautiful situation that you obtained here. This little bit of paradise that we see here, because you need to choose justice. So it's making me a little bit nauseated here. So it's probably something that makes you pretty scared. You might not want to admit it to yourself, but even if you can be very heroic and stand on your own and tall on the barricades against, make revolution towards injustices, you still, when you finally obtain the things that you never thought that you would have, you want to keep it or cherish it or never let it go. And then immediately you need to at least be prepared to let it go. And it's a little bit like this horrific story in the Bible where God is asking a person to sacrifice their own son. So it's a little bit that energy that the divine is asking you to sacrifice the things you want the most or love the most or are most scared of losing. So we'll see where it goes. In August, I will say you would be happy and you will feel like you have achieved something, and that things are going on a roll, and you're really putting your best foot forward. You're feeling exhilarated in the situation, and you really want it to keep going in the way it's going. But then comes the Tower, and some old karmic situation comes back. I can see a person here that's not you, but that's the only person I see that's not you. Then it's just you and the divine. So this might be a past person as well. Maybe they became past here you you are keeping your dignity here because you don't want to be a slave, but that also means that you are not in paradise, but you still need to, you know, guard the gates to your life, even if it's a desert, your life, because you, the beautiful things were the relationships you had, and you had to in some way say no to them because they asked you to compromise in ways that wasn't accordingly with your highest destiny and your dignity. Okay, so October, and we have a moon here together with the Four of Pentacles. So this is a little bit of a nervous energy. We are putting up a little bit of a fight. It's not more a defense, and I guess it's like we were waiting for the other shoe to drop. Okay, so the world isn't a friendly place. Good things isn't, I'm not able to keep the good things I have, and people are acting shady. So you're a little bit nervous, a little bit prepared here for whatever is going to come, and you're keeping yourself a little bit closed in. But it's natural for what has happened here. And then we have a Nine of Pentacles, which is self-love, and being able to build probably an equally beautiful paradise kind of on your own, because the 9 is the Hermit, so it's a singles energy, and we also have 18 moon here, 1 + 8, 9, so it's also connected to the Hermit card that we saw before. So 10, 9. The divine is saying that you want this and you deserve this, but you can't stay in that situation no matter the cost. So you need to keep your dignity and your self-sufficientness. The cat here and this lady here under the arc, it's your self-sufficientness. And that's what's important here. So whenever you need to make a choice, like choose the love for yourself. No, not pig-headedly. Like you don't have to win every argument. It's not that. It's when you know you're being unjustly treated. Choose yourself. Don't choose the relationship. Choose yourself. Choose to keep your dignity and be self-sufficient. Okay. Not the most romantic reading, but here comes 10 of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. 10 of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. This was a little bit complicated, because here I'm seeing you 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. We had the 10 of Pentacles here. So the 10 of Cups is it's showing mutual love. So there is a situation where there's a mutual love. I can't really see the person with whom this is with, but it might be mutual relationships where there are mutual love. But for some reason, you can't accept this love at this point. You can just know that there is mutual love, but you still need to choose yourself. And that is when things, you need to choose yourself in the matters of fairness. Okay, so fairness, and then kind of the eye of God saying, no, you can't compromise yourself here. So even if there is love in a situation, and you know there is love, and there's mutual love and understanding, and you want things to work out beautifully, and they have the potential to work out beautifully. But I guess the key here is that the other person also need to put their best foot forward. If you are the only one that puts your best foot forward, then that explains why you're so lonely here. Because where is the other person and their love? We can see it here, but from what I can read here, it's mostly built on your back, that you are doing a lot of the giving, and maybe the other person is doing a lot of the taking, what is being seen here. And that's not allowed. You're not allowed to compromise yourself, because you have come so far. We can see here Karma 20. I can show it, Karma 20, the Wheel of the Year, so Wheel of Fortune 10, and the World card. These are 3 major arcana cards that talks about cyclic events of karma and how they are being resolved. And we also have this 8 of Swords that's also talking about karma, but more on a everyday level, like, there I fell into that pit hole again. So this is what it makes so hard for you to do this, because you love the person and you know they love you, or you know that it's a mutual beneficial situation, for example, in school or at work, that if both put their best foot forward, it would be an amazing situation. But you still seem to need to be prepared to turn your back towards this situation if it isn't fair. Okay, complicated. So we'll try to go a little bit deeper into the love story here to see what's going on. Engagement and reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life and engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And it's actually happening, like the 10 of Cups, this engagement, it's happening here. And reconciliation, it might be a past person that you're wanting to be making friends with again. And what I'm feeling is that the situation has this potential, but that you need to keep this very cool head to not end up in a more stupid situation where the energies would be unbalanced, because this is about balance. This needs to be fairness and balance. If one is doing all the giving, then naturally the other person will do all the taking. We need to have a balanced relationship. In other case, there won't be no relationship. So if you think that you are compromising yourself for the sake of the relationship, you aren't. You are just creating more imbalances that in the end is going to destroy the relationship. If you instead, despite your worst fears, put your best foot forward and stand up for what you believe in, it's a much higher potential for a good outcome. Okay. So, goblins. Okay. 5. Goblins. I'm feeling we're having a little bit of goblins here. This is 5 High Priest, 5 of Swords. Fear is an illusion. Choose love today. Forgive yourself and others. Goblins are born when you are wounded and something essential is lost in the experience. From that point on, as you forget your wholeness, they remain with you in the shadows. There they remind you of what brought them into being by mimicking your own voice, tricking you into believing that you're unworthy, victimized, or unlovable. They hold you hostage through low self-worth, self-sabotage, and the feeling that you're lacking what you need, which is also making you compromise yourself, because you think that if you don't hold on to this, it's going to be gone, because this was the only occasion for a very long time that you felt happy. So you wanted to grab this opportunity and really, do your best. If goblins pay you a visit, know that they represent the shadow of your own self or someone else's, and that they are leading you into a potential reactive situation. A goblin's card's appearance is an opportunity for growth and a signal that you must love yourself. No human is without flaws. The goblin's message is that you must release resentment and negative self-talk. Within you is the spark of the divine. Ask Spirit to help heal you. Miracles can and do happen. Let go of negativity. So it's also important, because is what we can see here is maybe that it's become a little bit too bitter with this here, that we are actually turning our back on a potential for reconciliation and engagement, because we are hanging on too tight to justice and fairness as well. So try to not be so reactive. Be more cool, more level-headed, and try to stay calm in the situation. And self-love is usually the key. If you have your own back, you are going to be able to be more cool and more laid back. So you're not going to have the same reactive emotions in the different situations, which will make you more adaptable to changes. For example, if you here put down your foot, and even if you're scared, you choose yourself, and then love is being offered to you again, and the person might say, I'm sorry that I did that horrible thing towards you. I hope you can forgive me. And if you then just keep on holding on to your justice, because no, I will never forgive you. You did what you did, and so I will punish you forever. Then it's more, you are inviting more goblins, okay? So that person was the goblin first, but then you become the goblin. So you need to be able to be non-dramatic and non-reactive, so you can have a very level head in this situation and know exactly what to do at every time. Look at the situation from above and choose wisely. Choose to be the adult in the situation. Choose to be the cool one in the situation. Choose to be the one that doesn't have a reaction, but still speak your truth when possible. Sometimes it's not like the best situation because you don't feel like it, and then it's okay. Here we can see you don't feel like it. 19, the truth, sun here. 1 plus 9, 10. We have a lot of 10s here. 10, 10. So it talks about this, that you are at the end of a cycle, and you can release a lot of karma in this situation by making the right choice. And sometimes that is to frankly just say, I'm not up for it, this is not what I want, and maybe stepping away from this situation. And in other situation, it can be to accept an apology and move on. You don't have to hold grudges or be prepared for the next shoe to drop at all times. You can be prepared also for beautiful things to happen in your life. So be adaptable to changes. And when you need to say no, then you adapt to saying no. When you need to say yes, you adapt to say yes. And you stay yourself focused and balanced in the middle. So you can always take these choices in different directions. Okay. So I'll also take from Wisdom of the House of Night oracles. And we have Trapped here. Sorry, 34. My dear sweet child, do you feel as if you are trapped in your life right now? For example, in circumstances, you want things to just be good. You want things to be loving and beautiful. And then people act like these goblins towards you and do shady things. Do you sense that you cannot do what you really want to do because others have expectations of you that you may not be able to fulfill? Do you feel as if you will never get what you want or go where you want to go? Have patience, for truly you are in a temporary prison that exists only in your mind. Your circumstances, no matter what they are, will change, and you will be free to experience the life you wish to lead. In these times, dreaming is the best antidote, and of course, patience. You see, 7 of Pentacles is a patience card. While things are falling around you, you have patience and you love yourself. Consider the story of the half-raven boy, trapped in conflict until he finally follows his heart. Trust in me, for I will show you when the cage door is open so that you can fly free. And your heart means that when you feel unjustly treated, you say so. You don't keep it to yourself and keep your head down just because you don't want to disturb a situation of love. But on the other hand, when the person finally, changed their way and are prepared to make changes, you don't stay cold-hearted and unforgiving. So we will look if we can find this elusive other person as well, see what's on their mind or their view of this situation. I never felt safe loving you. I needed to learn from my own mistakes. I never felt safe loving you. We can see that this person is a person that wants to feel safe, and it seems like you made them safe enough, even though you felt disappointed and heartbroken. But with this kind of energy, this person can never feel safe, because if they need to steal what another person have, or criticize you, or use their power over you, they will always feel unsafe. It's only a person that can love themselves and doesn't need to steal other people's stuff, energy, self-esteem, that can feel safe. The rest will feel very, very scared. And also the people that's put in front of such a person will, of course, feel scared. It's contagious. I needed to learn from my own mistakes. I don't know exactly what mistakes they did, but the bottom line here seems to be that they abused their power over you in some way that made you react hopefully will make you react with choosing your side and having your own back. And I can't love you in the way you deserve right now. They might have their own issues, their own problems, their own things going on in their life and in their inside that making them not a particularly good partner at this point. So while they're not visible in the reading, they probably are a lot on your mind. And if they are not in your life, it's because the divine might give you a little bit of vacation from this person. And if you would be with them, it wouldn't be a nice encounter because they are maybe at a low point in their life where they're acting shady and strange. And your job might be to just hold fort and to stay in balance and know what's right and good in this world and what's wrong and what you need to say no to. Okay. So it wasn't the easiest reading, particularly when I was trying to aim towards a love reading, but it is a love reading because it's about loving yourself here. You can see the rainbow in both these pictures. So with patience, love will come to you, but you need to keep yourself on the straight and narrow, and you aren't allowed to compromise yourself. And if you are the one trying to steal other people's power, it's not going to work. It's just inviting more goblins and putting ourselves in a trap. So it's usually have very bad consequences to do bad things. But the bottom line here is to stay focused, stay balanced. When you want to say yes, you say yes. And when you need to say no, you say no, even if you would want to say yes. Okay? Stay focused, okay? And stay in tune to your high sense of moral and what is right, and see if the things that the person is doing is making the world a better place. And also look at yourself, the things you are doing, are they making a world a better place, or are you just turning your blind eye towards an injustice by not reacting or talking or doing something about the situation. So if you like this reading and want it to be a returning event on the channel every third month, you need to hit the like button and share this video with like-minded. YouTube is not promoting these styles of readings, so it can only be spread by my viewers, subscribers, and members. All by you showing YouTube you love this style, or by you showing YouTube that you love this style of reading, which is not all about the other person, but also about you. By watching it many times, maybe liking it and searching for this type of reading on YouTube. I would also urge you to watch the love reading for July or August, or the reading The True Thoughts and Feelings for Your Sign in the True Thoughts and Feelings playlist. That will probably reveal more about the other person and what they are thinking and what they want and so on. You can also watch What Do They Want to Happen from last month, which was the kind of reading style that this reading replaced. By the poll that was made by my viewers, it was voted winner over the other type of readings. If you want to watch the channel's readings in advance and ads free, you can become an extended member to the channel. I'm also doing spiritual growth readings for all the members to the channel every week, and personal readings for the full members. Subscribe and then check out the different level through the join button, or follow the link in the description box to learn more about membership. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take really good care and bye bye.